this is Compound Interest Stock Guy, and today we're going to be talking about the top 10 countries with the largest gold reserves. So stay tuned. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Helps my channel grow. I appreciate it. Thanks for coming to watch my video. I want to disclose I'm not a financial advisor. This is just for entertainment information purposes. Do not buy or sell any investment that I talk about in this video. Buy or sell because you like the investment and you think it's a good investment for you. So yeah, this is just about gold reserves. I'm not going to talk about stocks in this video. This was an article on July 5th, and it's talking about the top 10 central banks with the largest gold reserves. So USA is the number one, and they had the highest in percent of total reserves, and Germany is number two for both tons and percent of reserves, and Italy is number three for tons and percent of reserves. So they're number four. Netherlands is number three for percent of their total reserves. So they have the most percent of reserves. They have a higher percentage. And France has the most tons, the fourth most tons, and the eighth most percent of total reserves. And Russia has the fifth most tons and 21 for the percent of reserves. And China is sixth for the most tons and 80 for total percent of reserves. And Switzerland's number seven for 59%, 59 ranking for the percent of total reserves, and Japan's number 8 and 78 ranked for percent of total reserves, and Netherlands number 9 and third for percent of total reserves, and India's number 10 and 57 ranked. So we're going to go into depth in these. So now India has 560 tons, and they have 5.5% in their foreign reserves. And Netherlands has 68.2%, which is a lot, and they have 612.5. So yeah, let's look at that. India. So this is what they have in their country, but they have more, I think. And Japan has 765, but 2.5%. So Japan is one of the most aggressive practitioners of quantitative easing, and it lowered interest rates below zero, which has helped fuel demand for gold around the world. And Japan is the third largest economy and the 8th largest hoarder of yellow metal. And Switzerland's number 7 with 1,040 tons. And yeah. And they have the world's largest reserve of gold per capita, which is per person. So that makes them pretty rich per person. And China has 1,846 and 2.4% of foreign reserves. The lowest of top 10. And Russia has the largest buyer of gold for the past 6 years, and they have 220. They bought 224 in 2017, and they have 1909 tons and 17.6% of foreign reserves. And France has 24.36 and 63.9% of foreign reserves. And Italy has 2451.8 and 67.9% foreign reserves. And they say that it gives them a safety and protecting against the fluctuations against the dollar. And Germany has 3371. So let's look at how much money that is. That's $140 billion, if I'm reading it right. So Germany is very rich in gold, and United States has 8133.5 tons, and they have 75.2, and it's in Fort Knox and Philadelphia Mint, Denver Mint, San Francisco SA, and West Point Bullion Depository. So yeah, it's pretty crazy. Let's do a math calculation on that. So that's $338 billion in gold that US has. Now that's pretty crazy. So USA number 1, Germany number 2, Italy number 3, France number 4, Russia number 5, and then China number 6, Switzerland number 7, Japan 8, Netherlands number 9, and India in the 10th place. So let's look at how much debt the world has. $164 trillion in 2016. So that is the video. I hope you like it, and I hope you learn about which countries have lots of gold. Again, I'm kind of skeptical, to be honest, about the gold in Fort Knox, because I don't know, they could just be lying about it, right? And just be bluffing, as in a game of poker where they're just bluffing. But yeah. Anyways, until next time, peace.